Sup. My sleep really used to suck, and yours probably sucks too. I want to show you how I turn it around and how you can maybe do the same. But first, let's talk about how my sleep used to be. I used to sleep in a lot, and I was always really tired after doing so. It was really erratic. It got to the point where I went from sleeping. It was really erratic. I slept from 6 hours to 9 hours, and I used to change it up on a really regular basis, which, if you look into it, is not really great for your sleep hygiene. Supplements shouldn't be the backbone of your routine, your lifestyle, or mainly your health. I think that you should view behaviors as the foundation to your life and your health, and you should only put extra substances into your body when it is truly necessary. Supplements are like cures to the symptoms of a disease. They target the apparent symptom, in this case, sleeping really bad, instead of targeting the main underlying problem, which is having a fucked up routine, a fucked up lifestyle, and not really taking action in changing your sleep behaviors. To condense all the information that I learned about sleeping, I want to split it into three main categories, which will be techniques, sleep quantity, and sleep quality. Let's talk about techniques. There are three main ones that I want to talk about. These being getting some sunlight in, especially in the morning, doing something stressful at the beginning of the day, and getting into cold water, like taking a cold shower or taking a cold plunge. Let's start with light. In order for your system to wake up optimally, you have to get some light in the early part of the day. And this light can be like artificial or natural, but natural light is a lot more efficient in this and a lot more effective than looking at artificial light sources. Now, doing this is really simple. You just have to either go to a window, go on the balcony, or go out into your backyard. And if none of these cut it for you, then you just have to swallow the frog and, well, go outside. Which is not easy, but implementing this behavior will really do the job for you. It will adjust your body's clock in a way that will hopefully let you wake up feeling rested and awake, and going to bed really tired. There is a mechanism in our body that triggers the release of stress when we look at light. It has to be of the right quantity and quality to do its job. Sunlight happens to tick both the quality and the quantity part. You should also do something stressful in the morning. Do some push-ups, cardio, have a conversation that really wakes you up and really brings you some sort of irritation, but in the sense that it lets you release the surge of stress, that surge of adrenaline, the surge of cortisol, and it will prime you for your day. These things include cold exposure, like taking a cold shower or a cold plunge, doing exercise, calling your friends off to meet up, or anything that gets you going. Lastly, in these techniques, I want to talk about cooling your room down. Body temperature takes a big part in our sleep cycle, and if your body temperature goes down by a little, it will make you feel sleepy and you will tend to feel a lot more lethargic. I would recommend you to open a window, maybe turn the AC on, or just do something to lower the temperature in your room and the temperature of your own body. Now that we are done with the techniques, I want to shift over to explaining how much sleep we should get in and exposing that maybe that so-called perfect time, that 8 hours of sleep, might not be so perfect for you. I want you to take the 8 hours as a sort of average, that if we add all the population up, it will amount to that 8 hours required time to sleep. Now, that does not specifically mean that you or me or every person for a matter have to get in that 8 hours of sleep. Maybe some people need more, maybe some people need less. You really just have to experiment with this to find out your perfect sleep time. Now, I have one actionable step for you that would let you to find out how much sleep you need. But if you want results, please try this out for yourself. Now, what you should do is to take one weekend, a whole weekend, and go to sleep when you truly feel tired. Go to sleep at this time and wake up at the time without an alarm that feels right for you when you feel rested. If you do this for at least 2 or 3 days, you will find out what your perfect wake up time and perfect time for lying down should be. It will serve you really well to follow this to the best of your abilities, if possible. Now, lastly, let's talk about the quality of our sleep. I have managed to find 3 things that seem to give me the most leverage. The first of these being is making time for myself to wind down. Before 30 or 60 or like an hour and a half before going to sleep, cut out all distractions, and especially social media or media and phones if possible. What seems to work for me the best is meditating, journaling, and stretching a bit before sleep. Mainly journaling, because it lets you just throw up all the information and all the things that worried you during the day before going to sleep, and it just tends to leave me in such a calm and collected state of mind before going to sleep that it's actually amazing. And also another bonus for me is changing my bed sheets once or twice a week. This should come to you as common sense and like basic hygiene, but actually for a long time I did not know that I had to change my bed sheets, and I would just wait until my parents did it for me, which, bless their hearts, I'm not complaining, but wasn't that often. And when I started doing it to improve my skin and to not get that much acne, I found out that lying down in a really crisp and amazing set of sheets after just changing them gives you such a buff to your sleep, like getting a buff in a video game. And like doing the inverse of this is true, because if you try to sleep in dirty and overused bed sheets, it's like having a debuff for sleep, man. It puts you in a state of mind. It gives you a feeling of wrongness. One of the highest leverage things that you can do is improving your sleep. Better every area of your life. It will give you better skin, better gains in the gym, better focus, better mood, and a longer life. And another tip, please don't stress about your sleep. Don't stress about your sleep time, and especially don't do it when you are about to fall asleep. I fell into this trap a lot when I was younger, when it was always school days and I had a lot on my mind when I was going to sleep, and like sure, I went to bed like 30 minutes late. I think I managed to get myself like twice or thrice that sleep deprived than I would have been, because my mind was just constantly going on about, like, bro, you're not going to get enough sleep, you're going to be really sleepy tomorrow, you will feel terrible, your whole week will fall apart. And it was so counterproductive that maybe the best tip that I could give is just to not worry about your sleep. Of course, have the intention to improve it, but don't fret too much about it. Like, of course, it's terrible to not get enough sleep in, but maybe use this as a sacrifice. Take 1 or 2 weeks that it is acceptable to have not perfect sleeping. So please, just take something from this video and try to implement it into your own.